Hello, welcome to the 21st episode of All Sports Talk. I'm Patrick Harry.
I'm Cospito.
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about NBA news, NHL news, the MLB trade deadline, and NFL news. So, a lot of news going on around the league right now. First off, it's the NBA. The draft's coming up, and there are some trades that just happened. So, the draft's coming up. Who do you think is going to go first overall? It's probably going to be Cade Cunningham, but who do you think?
Yeah, I was gonna say Kid Cunningham. I know a lot of people are trying to trade up as well. I hear the Thunder are the most willing to trade up to number one, and they're looking to trade maybe Shai Alexander, which would be a big move, honestly.
I could see Jalen Green going first if Cade doesn't go first and you're trying to mix it up. But I think Cade's the guy going one overall.
Yeah.
And now there's a trade that happened between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Pelicans. The Grizzlies are sending Jonas Valanciunas and the 2021 17 and 51 picks to New Orleans for Steve Adams, Eric Bledsoe, a 2021 picks 10 and 40, and protected 2022 first round pick from the Lakers. So who do you think won this trade? Because I think New Orleans won it.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. It's like me, I like Steve Adams a lot because he was on the Thunder for a long time. He was a really good big man for the Thunder. But besides that, and this is a good. I think it's a good change for both teams. That's really all there is to it. I don't think anyone that's like a big winner. I don't think anyone got fleeced or anything like that. I feel like it's a good trade for both the teams.
Yeah, same. And like you said, the big man, they also have Zion Williams, who's another big man as well.
Yeah.
So I think that could help them try to make a playoff push. Or if they decide to have the play-in tournament again, it could help them try to get there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Having the big men. Now with the NHL, they just had an expansion draft with the Seattle Kraken becoming a team. Some of the key players they had was Mark Giordano. They also took Yanni Goretti. They also took Chris Degger and Adam Larson on their teams to help them start out. I think the Kraken, they could be a good team next year and maybe make the playoffs, kind of like what the Golden Knights did.
Yeah, I can see. I'm not sure if they're playoff ready yet. I mean, after draft and free agency, just started. If they make some moves, I think that they might be able to make it. But as of right now, they took a lot of young players from teams. They didn't really go for instant success. They didn't get, most notably, Carey Price. I signify Carey Price as Marc Andre Fleury and the Golden Knights draft, as they're both very good veteran players. They, instead of going with the very matured veteran, pretty he's made a name for himself. Marc Andre Fleury, they went with him, right? But then the Kraken, they go for obviously their starting goalie. He's obviously a good player, but you could have taken Carey Price, who was just defending his goal in the Stanley Cup. Obviously they lost, but still, I mean, getting the Stanley Cup, you might want a Stanley Cup goalie on your team. Yeah. But they decided to take the younger route and not take the risk on Price and his health injuries.
Yeah. Now you just said about Marc Andre Fleury. He just got traded. We're gonna come back to that in a second. We have the NHL draft that just happened. First pick to the Buffalo Sabres was Owen Power, a defensive player. And then Seattle Kraken had the second pick, and they took center Matthew Bernies. And just, what do you think about the first two picks?
And the first pick in the Buffalo Sabres, they're going to be abysmal this year either way. I mean, they needed a grip. They needed best player available, basically, because honestly, their offense and their defense and everything was just it was despicable. So, I mean, any player that they picked was probably going to be starting next season, I would assume. And then the Kraken, they got really lucky with getting the second overall pick. That was really insane. I mean, I'm assuming he'll become a starter as well a first starter, maybe not first line, obviously, but I just see him definitely being on the team, ready for day one next season.
Yeah. Now we were just talking about Marc Andre Fleury being traded. The Chicago Blackhawks acquired him from the Golden Knights for forward Mikel Hakkarainen. Like you said, you think he's a great goalie. I think this is good for the Blackhawks. Get like a solid goalie in net.
The thing with the Marc Andre Fleury trade is no one knows what the hell's happening, really. As of right now, on July 27th, no one knows what's happening. Apparently, the player that was traded to the Blackhawks, to the Vegas Golden Knights, is not going to be playing on the Golden Knights. He'll be playing on the Blackhawks, but his salary will be paid by the Golden Knights, which honestly makes no sense. I'm not sure what's happening here, but it's a frustrating moment.
It's kind of weird.
It really is. It's worse than the Arenado trade when they give them money to take Nolan Arenado.
In more NHL news, the Washington Capitals are bringing back Alexander Ovechkin on a 5-year, $47.5 million. This is great for Washington. I think they were in the playoffs, or they might have just missed it.
Yeah, they were in it.
They were in it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna just help them out having one of the best players of all time. What do you think about this?
Obviously, I mean, all right. This isn't like a thing with just the Capitals. Obviously, it's just hockey. Hockey players get paid so much less than everyone else. It's actually insane. I know they have smaller teams, but you have players let's say I was mentioning before, Francisco Lindor. Right now, he's an average shortstop. At the very moment, and he is getting paid $32 million a year, whereas Ovechkin, arguably the greatest player of all time, is being paid a little bit over $9 million a year. That is literally insane, in my opinion. I don't know how that even happens, honestly. Because you have someone who is 185 goals away from it's either tying or beating the record of goals scored in NHL history, right? And he is getting paid 9.9 and change, right, per year. And then you have people like Bryce Harper, Francisco Lindor, two that come to mind really quickly that get paid a lot of money to just be not the top of their game. Lindor and Bryce Harper are not top of their game right now at all. Harper's on the uphill, but Francisco Lindor and him are both mid-tier. They're above average players, but they're nothing they're not the best in the league. And it just baffles me how NHL players just don't get nearly as much money as other sports do.
With Bryce Harper, like you said, one of the not the best right fielder in baseball, that show he's not Mookie Betts, Aaron Judge, Acuna. They're probably the best players. But with Harper, you have such a good players there. He's 5'6" maybe. He's right there being one of the best players in right field.
Yeah, of course. Oh, definitely.
I think I don't think he's overrated, but I don't think he was worth that contract he got.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
and I don't think he has an opt out either, or it was a no trade clause.
I think that's 10 years maybe.
10 years.
I think it's a 10-year opt out, and then it's only 3 years afterwards, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I know he didn't have that, or it was a no trade clause he didn't have.
Yeah,
or something like that. He couldn't, so he was kind of stuck in Philly. Yep. So I didn't really like that.
Yeah.
And now talking about baseball, MLB trade deadlines coming on. Some waves have been coming. Nelson Cruz going to Tampa Bay. Adam Frazier going to San Diego. So Nelson Cruz, what are your thoughts on this trade? First off, personally, I thought it was really good for Tampa Bay acquiring bats.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, their team, that's a infamously young team. Everyone knows that they don't pay anybody. They just get through farm players, all that kind of stuff. And they're really pushing for the playoffs, and not for the playoffs. They're really pushing for the World Series. But it really confuses me because they traded Rich Hill to the Mets. I'm not sure why you'd trade one of your starting pitchers, to them. And they must have someone on in the radar on their minor league team that they really like. But it just confused me to trade an established pitcher 1 year in the hunt for the World Series.
Now, a couple of pitchers I saw on the block, Max Scherzer and Jose Barrios, they could be targeting one of those two. I know there's a set of teams that that were targeting Max Scherzer. I know Max Scherzer
Yeah.
said he didn't want to go to both New York teams.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Tampa might be one of the teams. So, I mean, that would be big if Tampa gets Max Scherzer.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that would make sense for getting rid of Rich Hill, but well, it wouldn't make sense of it, but it would make it more logical at least because they knew they were getting him. But yeah, and Scherzer going to any team would be a phenomenal for any team's playoff push.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in, like you said, Tampa or a West Coast team because he says he wants to go to a West Coast team. So I'm assuming Padres, Dodgers, Giants. Those three teams are going to be in the hunt for him the most out of any other team.
I think really any team trying to make like a playoff push besides the Mets right now and Yankees, because they're not getting him, should be trying to get him, including Boston, including Tampa, including the AL Central, including the NL Central, like the Brewers, and the NL West, like the teams you just said. And also with the Padres, they just acquired all-star second baseman Adam Frazier. This was a great trade for San Diego, in my opinion. Getting an all-star second baseman, and I think got rid of like your number 5th prospect, and that was it. It was either 5 or 6. I might be wrong there. Nothing else. Question is, what are you going to do with Cronenworth? I was thinking he might go to the outfield. You were saying before first base, keep that infield like that. My guess is Hosmer or Myers are going to be getting traded by the 31st.
Yeah, I mean, that's the rumor mill is basically saying that Hosmer's gone. I wouldn't be surprised at that, especially just because he's just aging and it's not that he's bad, but he's not what he used to be, really. And Will Myers still has that little Will Myers spark to him that he's always had. He's always like had flashes of greatness, but also he's an average player. So I'm assuming they'll keep him in the outfield and first base, and they'll every now and then maybe switch them two between Cronenworth to first and outfield, and Will Myers to first and outfield. Every now and then, if they want to do that, they could do that to change up the lineup. They don't have a lot of versatility because Adam Frazier can also play anywhere on that infield or probably the outfield as well.
I was hearing Chris Bryant to the Mets and also Jose Barrios. But right now, Mets are getting killed by the Braves, so I would like another bat. But J.D. Davis, the current Mets third baseman, is hitting very good right now. So I would not want the Mets to trade him. Would like to keep his bat in the lineup. His glove is a little bit of a problem. First, like beginning a couple games, he didn't show he was that good there. I know Chris Bryant, also a third baseman. He has a good glove. Like him there. But I don't want to get rid of JD. I like his bat too much to get rid of.
Yeah. And then I also heard a little bit about Josh Donaldson maybe to the Mets. Either way, if third baseman to the Mets.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be those would both be interesting.
I rather Chris Bryant than Donaldson, obviously.
Yeah, probably.
But maybe I could see a package with Donaldson and Perez.
That would be a big call that he's about to give up, I'm assuming.
I know Barrios, he's under contract. I could probably see Dom Smith being part of the trade, and maybe like Ronnie Marcerio.
Yeah.
I know we talked about him last episode. I
can
see those two guys being part of the trade, key pieces part of the trade.
Exactly. Yeah, they're gonna have to get prospects and young players.
Yeah. I don't think Brett Bad. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say if they could just they have a hold. Not they don't have a hold. They're currently in the lead of the NL East, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, by how many games? You know.
I think it's 3.5.
Yeah. So
it might be 3.5 after tonight.
Yeah. So I mean, that you definitely want to get more players, honestly, to bulk in that league because you don't want to just be 3.5 up because it takes one. If they play bad one series and the Braves to play good another series, then you're going to be tied for first place, and you really don't want that.
Well, right now the Braves I think are 5 games out, so it's really the Phillies who are worrying
Oh, it's the
about.
Phillies. Oh, okay. Then I thought
Yeah,
it was the Braves.
but
Either way, then if the Phillies play well one series and the Mets play bad another series, they're not going to put in the playoff race then. And the Mets really should not be wanting that.
I mean, I'm more worried about the Braves than the Phillies
Yeah. Either way,
because
if if one team goes through a slump, if the Mets goes through a slump, and another team goes through a hot streak, yeah, it'll be neck and neck.
yeah, but like I know if we're in a series against the Phillies, I know we
You'll
can beat
probably win
them.
at least. Yeah.
Yeah, but when we're
You'll
against the
probably take at least
Braves,
a game or two.
like I'm always nervous
Not so
about them.
confident. Yeah.
Yeah, they always beat us, even when they were bad in 2015. I remember them just like beating us, and I was just getting so mad.
Yeah.
Um, Now another player, Trey talks about Trevor Story, Yankees, not confirmed, but very close of being done. Should be
Yeah.
happening within the next couple of days. I was also back again with Max Scherzer. He's gonna be traded within the next couple of days as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
Story Yankees should be the next couple of days. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh yeah, but Trevor Story to the Yankees was always like a rumor. I think it's been a rumor for the past like month or so because Yankees bats have been
Not good.
woeful to say the least. Woeful to say the least.
Yeah.
But like it was always just the Yankees acquiring a new bat, acquiring someone that could help out. And to Trevor Story, he's not the Trevor Story of last year right now, but Trevor Story is still a consistent hitter, which the Yankees really do need. And it seems like the deal is done behind the scenes, but it's not confirmed as of now. But I would, like you said, it should be coming out in a few days if everything goes well and let's just match.
I also saw DJ LeMahieu really wanted Trevor Story to come
Yeah, they
to New
were.
York.
Yeah, they played middle infield together.
Yeah, they were really close in Colorado.
Yep. I'm assuming the Yankees are to trade. Maybe if Glaber's part of the trade, wouldn't be surprised. If Clint Frazier is part of the trade, wouldn't be surprised at all. It's all Clint Frazier's having like season, so not sure if they'd want him or not.
Yeah. I also hearing Joey Gallo to the Yankees. I know we talked about this last time. You weren't a big fan of it. I still like it. I'm still a fan because when you have that power bat though, like I know Judge, he's another power bat, Stan power bat. Like you have a lot of power bats. But when you go through that lineup, you're gonna have to face one of those power bats.
Of course, yeah. But you can strike them out because their strikeout rate is through the goddamn roof.
So which one would you want to face though? I know Gallo, I think he has like the most home runs, and with that, he's also a lefty. Like that's gonna help him out a lot as well. Like I think Yankees getting Gallo is a big trade for them.
Yeah, definitely be big, but I don't think it fixes any issues. That's the thing. I'm all for it. Like if it happens, I'm not gonna be sad, right? Yeah. But I just think that if you want to fix issues, that's not a way to fix any issues.
Okay. I feel like the Yankees, they might try to get like a starting pitcher.
They fucking should. They really should.
I think they might try to get a starting pitcher.
They really should. Corey Kluber went down midway through the season. James Tallon is inconsistent. Garrett Cole's been getting better as of late. And Jordan Montgomery is Jordan Montgomery. He's, he pitches well, but sometimes he doesn't pitch too well. No one likes Domingo German, but he wants their no hitter. Then we got absolutely dusted in the 8th inning.
So a pitcher I think could interest the Yankees is Jose Perez from the Twins. I know we talked about him going to the Mets, but like I would not be surprised if the Yankees try to get him right now with like maybe a Clint Frazier type deal and some other guys part of the trade.
Yeah, I mean the Yankees starting pitching is inconsistent, really. I mean, what's his name? Corey Kluber went on the DL. James Tallon, he is interesting to say the least. He has good days and he also has awful days. Garrett Cole's been getting better as of late since his last few outings, and then Jordan Montgomery is pretty just like average, and then Domingo German is no one really likes him. So yeah, but I would not mind the Yankees getting like a mid-tier starting pitcher. Don't go out and try and get like the best starting pitcher you possibly can. It's not going to work. It's also useless. Well, it's not useless, but it's not worth it in a season that's so inconsistent like this. Like you said, like Jose Barrios, I would be okay with that. He's not like a top tier, like top 5 pitcher, but he's definitely a good pitcher that could beefing up the lineup and make the Yankees actually win more games.
I mean, I think when you have good pitching, that's going to carry your team throughout the playoffs.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, but the thing is, Yankees have to get the playoffs first.
That's true. But like,
yeah, they're 3.5 out of the wild card even. They're like, I think they're 9 or 10 out of first place of the division.
3.5 is very doable for the Yankees.
Oh yeah, of course.
You have a month,
but that's only a wild card.
You have a month and a half left. Yankees get hot right here. That's a dangerous team in the playoffs. If they get good
players, then yeah.
It's a dangerous team you don't want to face in the playoffs, the Yankees. I know, like, with the Mets, we're going to be having DeGrom come back. Carrasco is starting Friday. Syndergaard should be back on playoff time. So, you got those 3. Stroman and Walker who are doing good this year. So, those 5 could definitely carry you throughout the playoffs. And you also have Miguel, who's been pitching very well for the Mets as well.
Yeah.
In more MLB news, the Cleveland Indians are changing their name to the Cleveland Guardians. The Guardians, I mean, it's actually not that bad of a name, but like their logo, just like it didn't look that good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like it has a good meaning behind it. I forget what it is exactly, but it's the Guardians of something. I forget what it is. It was
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No, but it's a very good name, right? I actually like the name Guardians, but I just think that if they change the name, the Guardians, it feels like it's not really a team that has like the rocky and pointy font and not like the red and blue of the Indians. Like, I know that they only were doing a name change, not like a whole rebrand, but I think that would have been cool if they did a rebrand. Like, the word Guardians, to me, it signifies like golden and like a script font, It just seems like it'll be more in line maybe, but either way, Guardians is a really cool name. And I think that the people will like it. But the logo kind of seems like a AAA team logo. But that's all right.
Yeah, the Washington football team should take notes. So, NFL news, Aaron Rodgers back in Green Bay. Done deal. He's staying there for one more season. Randall Cobb is coming back. Do the Packers have a playoff Super Bowl run in them? Aaron Rodgers' last year.
Yeah, of course they'll have a good run. They'll get to NFC championships at least. Then who knows how it goes from there. Depends on if Tom Brady's defense bails them out again, or if the Packers' defense bails them out, because Tom Brady went through one.
I mean, well, also that game, like, a lot of bad coaching decisions.
Coaching decisions, bad defensive decisions by the Packers by trying to play defense. They just couldn't. Kevin King got absolutely smoked. He got hit. He got rolled and smoked by that team. It was so bad.
Deciding to take a field goal instead of running for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not smart.
Nope.
Not smart.
But you know what, guys? It's okay because somebody won another ring. Smiley face.
Yeah. I mean, Aaron Rodgers back in Green Bay. Nothing really else there.
Yeah, I mean, they actually went up like 1,000 points in their Super Bowl odds when that happened, and Blake Bortles got cut within like 24 hours of each other. Super Bowl odds went from plus 24, I think, to plus 1,400, and then Blake Bortles was cut. It went from 2,400 to 1,400.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So you're getting less money otherwise.
Yeah, they're not going to win the Super Bowl.
Maybe.
I don't think they're going to win it. Now, Cardinals are releasing Chandler Jones. I know the Giants called in on him. I don't think we're gonna get him, but it'll be interesting to see what team does get him.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he got dropped or cut.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how that even happens, honestly.
I would love the Giants to get him.
Yeah, I think he'll. Imagine he goes to the Packers.
Oh my gosh.
See, the Packers would actually be like a very, very scary team.
Yeah, like I don't know. Are they gonna win the Super Bowl? I don't think so.
I'd like to see it happen.
I mean, well, if the Giants get Chandler Jones, we should win the division.
Yeah,
I mean, even without him, I still think we're gonna win it.
that
Well,
division is so such a mess.
We'll get to that in a later episode.
Yeah.
And now also, Xavien Howard on the Dolphins is requesting a trade. What do you think's gonna get him?
I say Packers again.
You're gonna say the Packers. Get rid of Kevin King.
Yeah, exactly. No, like literally, the Packers, if they get Xavien Howard, dude, that's an arguably top 10 cornerback in the NFL, right? Well, not even arguably. He is a top 10.
I mean, Howard and Jar, like that's a top 10 duo right there. That is a scary secondary.
Yeah, exactly. Like if Jair Alexander gets Xavien Howard's help, it's gonna be insane. I mean, I don't think it'll happen because it seems like Xavien Howard wants to be like the number one corner on his team. I'm assuming because he wouldn't really want out of the Dolphins unless I'm not sure why. Really, I've heard they have really like good luck of him around them, so it's kind of odd to see him want a trade. It's a lot worse places he can go. But I mean, if the Packers do want to get him, they definitely should try and go out and get him. Because honestly, there's no reason not to.
A team that needs secondary, and I hope they don't get him, is the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, that's it.
Because they
desperately. If the Dallas Cowboys definitely want to try and run for the first place in that division, they will definitely talk about getting him.
Yeah. Imagine the Giants get him just to spite the Cowboys. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Him, Bradbury.
Just like when the Dallas Cowboys traded down with the Eagles to spite the Giants.
Bro, I'm kind of over it. We got a ton of touchdowns.
Speaking of the NFL draft, the Jets have now signed Zach Wilson, and he is not reporting to training camp. He is in California. That is across the country. I don't know why the Jets can never get a first-round pick done. They can never sign him before training camp, right? With Quinn Williams, they did it like 2 or 3 days before training camp. Sam Darnold was not signed before training camp. Zach Wilson not signed before training camp. I don't know what the Jets they are adding some magical wording in or something. They just don't like to sign their first-round picks anywhere near reasonable time to say it.
Jets bet the Jets need him right now. Like, who's the quarterback?
Dude, it's gonna be Mike White or James Morgan. James Morgan was drafted last year or 2 years ago. Wait, I think it was last year. Last year in the 4th round, and then Mike White. I don't even know when he got into the NFL. I don't know why the Jets do this to their fans. You have had since was it April of the draft? Yeah, April 20th, I believe, was the first day. It has been almost 3 months. Wait, no. Yeah, almost 3 months. 3 or 4 months, right?
Yeah.
And I still haven't signed them. It's insane. I don't understand why I don't do this.
You gotta get him soon. Or pick up a QB.
Yeah, they're not gonna be a QB, no shot. If they wanted to get a QB, they would have picked him up, I think, already. For like OTs and that kind of stuff.
Well, they gotta get him soon.
He needs to be in the building. He really does.
Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment.